We are now going to review the instructions for scoring Invest in Kids, or IIK, proposals. As a reviewer, you will be provided with one hard copy of the scoring sheet for each proposal you are assigned. We also have the scoring sheets available electronically that will calculate subtotals and the overall total for you. You can contact the Youth Bureau should you want to request this electronic version. Please note that if you complete the electronic scoring sheet, we ask that you still print each completed scoring sheet to return to us with your signature on the bottom. When scoring a proposal, please include the following information where indicated at the top of each scoring sheet: your name as the reviewer, the name of the agency that submitted the proposal, the title of the program you are reviewing, and the program service locations. Here we are looking for the sites where the proposed services will be provided. These sites can be found either in the program narrative section or in the program logistics summary of the Schedule A. The first section you will find on the scoring sheet for the program narrative is the program summary section. Please read this section for a description of the proposed services. This section is not worth any points, therefore you do not need to score it. You will find in the remainder of the scoring sheet that we listed each question we want you to examine, along with the maximum number of points for each question. Please allocate the maximum number of points if the proposer has adequately and reasonably addressed the questions asked and provided all required information. If the proposer does not answer a question and information is not provided pertaining to one of the questions, no points should be allocated for that question. If a proposer answers part of a question or provides some detail but the response is not sufficient, allocate a portion of the maximum number of points within reason. Please remember to provide all scores for each question and the subtotals for all sections. When you have completed scoring all sections, please add up your subtotals and provide the total points out of 100 where provided and sign the scoring sheet to return to us. After the program narrative section, you will find the program need section, which is comprised of 4 questions. The entire program need section is worth 10 points. A. What need does the proposed program address? Is worth 2 points. B. Why have you proposed to address this need? Is worth 2 points. C. How does the proposer know this need exists in the community? Please cite data or other supporting information. Is worth 5 points. Please note that proposals should include actual data to get the full 5 points. D. What services in the community are currently in place to address the need? Is worth 1 point. When you are done scoring this section, please provide the subtotal where indicated before moving on to the next section. Next is the organizational capacity section, consisting of 7 questions and is worth a total of 20 points. A. Provide a brief description of the proposer's organization. This is worth 2 points. B. Explain why the proposer's organization is qualified to address this need in your community. Discuss the organization's accomplishments in delivering youth services to the population. This is worth 5 points. C. Detail the organization's sustainability plan to include the key individuals and/or organizations that will help to sustain the program. This is worth 1 point. Describe the organization's proposed efforts related to engaging a broad and diverse population. Explain the organization's equity within their internal processes. Describe how the programming reflects racial, ethnic, gender, geographic, and cultural responsiveness. This is worth 6 points. Describe the organization's approach to incorporate trauma-informed practices into proposed service delivery. This is worth 3 points. As a reviewer, it's okay if you are not familiar with trauma-informed practices. Please allocate 3 points if the proposer responded to this question and explained an approach or efforts to use trauma-informed practices. F. Describe the level of community involvement in the development of this proposal. This is worth 1 point. G. Briefly describe the role of staff and, if applicable, include information pertaining to subcontractors, consultants, and/or other entities the proposers are partnering with to provide services. Explain if the staff is representative of the community and how the organization will ensure cultural competence and awareness. This is worth 2 points. When you are done scoring this section, please provide the subtotal where indicated before moving on to the next section. Next is the program design section, consisting of 8 questions and a total of 28 points. A. Describe how the proposed program will address the need identified for the population. This is worth 4 points. B. Describe the organization's proposed plan to incorporate the 8 features of youth development settings into the program. This is worth 8 points. The 8 features that should be included are physical and psychological safety, supportive relationships, opportunities to belong, support for efficacy and mattering, positive social norms, opportunities for skill building, appropriate structure, and integration of family, school, and community. C. Detail the specific activities the proposed program will offer, highlighting the essential characteristics that makes the program unique. These activities should reflect the services, opportunities, and supports, or SOSs, that were selected for the proposed program from the Touchstones coding doc. This is worth 4 points. Proposers should have listed their services, opportunities, and supports on the form titled Touchstones 5003 in their proposal. D. Demonstrate how the planning and implementation design aligns with the activity plan. This is worth 3 points. The activity plan can be found in the Schedule A. E. If the proposed program is evidence-based, provide details. This is worth 1 point. F. Explain how the proposer's organization plans to market the program and conduct outreach activities in the community. Include the cultural and linguistic considerations for the marketing and outreach efforts. This is worth 2 points. Discuss how the proposed program. G. Discuss how the proposed program will engage special populations of youth to include, but are not limited to, disconnected, homeless, runaway, disabled, and/or youth engaged in the juvenile justice or foster care system. This is worth 3 points. H. Describe the method for integrating youth voice into the program. Include how the organization will work with the Westchester County Youth Bureau to support its aim to support youth voice and equity impact. This is worth 3 points. When you are done scoring this section, please provide the subtotal where indicated before moving on to the next section. Next is the monitoring and quality improvement section, consisting of 4 questions and a total of 15 points. A. Describe the monitoring plan for compliance with legal and regulatory requirements is worth 3 points. B. If an after-school program is proposed, please indicate if the proposer has a school-age child care or SAC registration, and if the proposer does not have one, please indicate the strategy and timeline for securing one. Is worth 3 points. Describe the proposer organization's policies and/or procedures for continuous program improvement is worth 4 points. D. Describe how the proposed program offerings can be observed by Youth Bureau staff in accordance with the site visit requirement is worth 5 points. When you are done scoring this section, please provide the subtotal where indicated before moving on to the next section. Next is the Outcomes and Evaluation section, consisting of 4 questions and a total of 12 points. A. What change or impact does the proposer's organization seek to achieve through implementation of the proposed program? Is worth 5 points. B. What targets has the proposer set for the performance measures selected from the Touchstones coding document? Is worth 3 points. What methods will the proposer use to assess the performance measures selected from the Touchstones coding document? Is worth 2 points. D. How will the proposer showcase proposed program successes to the public? Is worth 2 points. When you are done scoring this section, please provide the subtotal where indicated before moving on to the next section. Next is the budget section worth a total of 15 points. In the budget narrative, did the proposer adequately justify the budget in relation to the program design? Did the proposer connect the expenditures to the proposed services? Are the costs reasonable? Allocate 15 points if the budget is completed, the costs in the budget relate to the program design, and are reasonable. When you are done scoring this section, please provide the subtotal. The budget is the last section of the scoring sheet. Please remember to total all the points and sign the scoring sheet before returning it to the Youth Bureau. Please contact the Youth Bureau with any questions about the scoring process. We thank you for your assistance with this process.